my first question to you is, what was your interest in partnering with Tearsheet, with us, around the SMB Banking Awards?
Yeah, so essentially at Strands, we've been moving into the SMB space over the last 4 or 5 years from a digital experience perspective. It's something that we want to share, what we've been doing and how we're helping customers, and specifically why with Tearsheet. I've been following your news and your outlet for a long time. I really enjoy how you do the editorial work you do in the fintech space, and I thought it was the best place to, bring that and also showcase an award together with yourselves.
And given the work that you guys have been doing, getting deeper into small business banking, what are some of the biggest challenges Strand sees for SMBs around banking?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things that we've observed right from the beginning was the fact that small business customers were did not feel that the incumbent banks were really reflecting a digital banking experience. Something like over 60% of SMB owners feel that the experience that they get as a retail consumer is better than that they get as a small business owner. And the real reason for that is that most small business owners use the same digital banking experience that they do as retail, which you've got a totally different hat on when you're working with one or the other. So starting from that, that's where we've been building this product out. And the solution we have today now is really around the idea of being able to pull in not just transactional data within the bank, but we're beginning to leverage everything that open banking is bringing and the accessibility of alternative data to do, in the case of small businesses, the big one is bring invoicing data into the bank and allow people to be able to see their projected cash flows into the future inside the digital banking experience of the bank. So this is the main solution or value proposition of the solution that we integrate with the banks. And what we do is that we deliver that technology to the banks so that they can essentially execute this and go to market in less than a year. So many banks, especially the mid-tier banks that have the user base to be able to do this, want this, but don't necessarily have thousands of engineers to sit down and build this all in-house and don't really have the appetite for risk. So they want to leverage a partner like Strands to be able to get that to market faster.
That makes a lot of sense. And less than a year sounds pretty aggressive. What's the role of AI in helping small businesses with their finances?
Well, the AI solutions are the ones, at least that Strands has, are really around being able to analyze large amounts of data that we're generating. And as I've mentioned before, those data sources aren't just the transactional data sources in the bank, but it's being able to mesh and blend alternative data sources like accounting data. We're even now looking at new data sources that could be things like utility data, and being able to bring that in and have algorithms that are able to analyze that data stream continuously and generate triggers, be able to observe something that is going to happen now or is potentially going to happen in the future. And what AI does is create an insight. And that insight is trying to create a bite-sized piece of information that a business owner can see and act upon without having to be analyzing their finances continuously, because it's not necessarily the job of a business owner to do that, especially the micro businesses. You might get into opening a bakery because you like baking, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the whole finance piece is something, but you have to do it because that's part of the responsibility of being a business owner. What AI is trying to do is simplify that so that you can have the information that you need at the right time, at the right place.
Got it. Do you think the next role for banks is taking those insights and then adding in automation, or for small, as you said, that bakery owner is not quite ready for that yet?
There is a relative amount of automation that's taking place in the process of doing this. So let's imagine, just for example, if I am a baker and when I have merged my accounting information into the bank, the tool can automatically observe that you've got a huge, payment taking place in the next 30, 40 days. Mm-hmm. The automation here would be something like, imagine I'm the owner, it'd be, Caesar, it looks like you have this payment coming out in the next 30 days. Would you like to automatically set up a bridge loan to try and cover that payment before you come here? Or would you like to move funds from another bank into this one to meet that payment? There is a relative amount of automation taking place in that flow. which is one of the main benefits of the AI tool being embedded in.
So providing insights to small businesses is very, very powerful if you're a small business bank, if you're a commercial bank. But is it just about service, or is moving it to BFM, does that provide them some new, can they create new business lines out of this as well by getting into data?
Yeah, some of the conversations I have with banks on that side is that as you start enriching this data, the enrichment process is getting the data, categorizing it, pulling in alternative sources. The insights that you generate from this, as a bank starts to look out to open banking, is could the bank generate revenue from essentially selling these insights to third parties that small business owner accepts, right? It could even be a share of revenue. And these are the new business models that I think financial institutions are going to start to explore very soon, in the same way that larger technology companies do that already. So I think repackaging these insights and not only delivering to the business owner, but to third parties that are accepted by both parties is going to be a revenue source in the future.
Do you think that having powerful BFM is table stakes yet for small business banking? Or are we headed in that direction?
I think it's table stakes now. I think 3-4 years ago, when we were even beginning to propose the idea and we're bringing it in, it was more of a conversation. I think the direct competition of fintechs that are leveraging aggregation technology and PSD2 in Europe mean that this has now become today. It's happening now. And this conference is a clear example of that. We see QuickBooks presenting how they're using their solutions, Shopify, Alibaba, there's many other players that have managed to start packaging this and building this embedded finance inside the solutions they give. And essentially, this is a direct competitor now to a financial institution who is our traditional partner. So what we're essentially helping them to do is match the same type of experiences that these other partners have and share the data, because at the end of the day, that data that is making its way into a platform like QuickBooks Cash is aggregated data from the incumbent bank, and vice versa. We're pulling in data from the invoicing solution such as Xero or QuickBooks to be able to build out the cash flow projection in both sides.
And what are your, we have time for one last question, Cesar. What are your biggest goals expanding Strands into the US market for the rest of this year, early next year?
To me, the biggest goals is especially informing financial institutions of these solutions. I mean, Strands has got a finance suite, so there's various other products, but small business and BFM as a solution is there's a huge call out for this today. In the United States, we still see that there's a big appetite. One of the leading banks in the US, who's our partner here, launched it 2 years ago. And we're already seeing, of the top 5 banks, 2 of them have already launched a platform like BFM, built in-house. But it is an example of how there are many, many other options out there to go and do this. So that's the main objective here, is to make sure that those banks are aware of the technology and that they can partner with us to deliver that to their customers.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us at the inaugural Challengers Conference, Cesar.
It's been a pleasure, and thank you guys for organizing it. It's been great.
Thank you.
We're going to start with one of the big winners of the night. And so that's the Challenger Commercial Bank of the Year. Intuit QuickBooks Cash won it. And we're going to invite the VP of QuickBooks Money. Let me see if I got that right. QuickBooks Money, Rania Sukar. Hello, how are you? Welcome and congratulations.
Hi, Rania, you're still muted.
Muted. All right. I got beamed into the discussion. Great to see you both.
Yeah, likewise. So congratulations. This is wonderful.
Thank you. We're thrilled. We're so excited.
And we're so glad too. I mean, the competition was fierce. There's a lot of really great, interesting challenger banks out there focusing on, all different aspects of, banking, from commercial to, from the individuals to commercials to business and on. But you guys won the big prize.
It's an area we're unbelievably passionate about, given the work we do with small businesses to help drive and power their success. And it's all about changing the game for them when it comes to cash flow management. And what we've built here, we think is going to be a real game changer around cash flow management, because this account connects small businesses to everything in the QuickBooks Money ecosystem. You get paid, you pay your employees, money moves instantly in the same account, and you have a cash flow prediction engine on top of it. So much of what Caesar is talking about is coming to life through this account. So as we start to put it in the hands of customers, it's been amazing to hear the impact it's delivering.
Incredible.
And I feel like, go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah. Just a little bit of the nexus behind some of the magic that makes, QuickBooks Cash happen.
Sure. You want my perspective on it? Absolutely. First is that the really unique piece is the cash flow prediction engine. This is a big deal. Small businesses link so much of their data into QuickBooks. They use QuickBooks to get paid, to pay employees, to categorize every transaction for accounting. And on leveraging and tapping into that data, we've built a prediction engine that sits on top of this account. And it helps small businesses understand things like, when is my invoice going to be paid? What is my upcoming credit card going to be? And when's it going to come out of my account? And if you're a small business, what's on your mind is, if I write a check today, will it bounce? And we hear so many small businesses who bounce a check end up with a return fee and high penalties as a result of doing something like that. So this cash flow engine is powerful in terms of making these decisions. So that is a feature that is live in the account. We've been building for the last few years, and it's being used heavily. The other magic, as I was saying, is the connectivity. So, if you're a small business, the promise of this account is that you can connect all of your money management in one place. And so we have one of the leading payments processing offerings in the US, processing over $65 billion of transaction volume. We have the largest payroll processor in the US. And so suddenly, both of these offerings are extremely sophisticated, as is Capital. And now you've got cash in the middle of it where you can move money instantly. You get paid that day, you can pay your employees and workers that day. When you sign up for Capital, you're also over time going to be evaluated for a line of credit in our Capital offering right there in the account. So much that's powerful, that's all connected together. So it's the money ecosystem and the cash flow prediction engine that make this really, really unique and powerful for small businesses. So
powerful. And speaking to you here just for a few minutes and hearing from Rob yesterday, I feel like we're just at the beginning of hearing.
We're just at the beginning. I mean, we've been racing to get this out for the last it's been almost a year as we've built out mobile, iOS, Android, and web. We've built it across all three platforms and built these deep integrations. But you're absolutely right. This is the beginning of the features that are possible for small businesses. And it's really fun now to see them begin to use it and see all the things they're doing with it and how they're solving what historically have been some pretty tough cash flow challenges with it.
Amazing. Well, congratulations for winning the Challenger Commercial Bank of the Year from Tearsheet.
Thank you. We're thrilled and so proud. So thank you for the recognition.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.
You too. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who's up next, partner?
Alrighty. So we have, this is exciting. So this is sponsored by, first of all, wonderful, like kind of the bookends, having a QuickBooks, to get us started and here to kind of end things off. Wonderful. And it's such great people and great products. So our next up is our Sponsored by Strands award. And just to let whoever is out there understand, Strands has been great. They've been a sponsor. They've taken a step back. They have not been involved in the choosing process. That is our very own own internal judging panel that does it. So everyone who wins is solely our responsibility. There was so many great applications, and to tell you the truth, there were so many great applications. It was hard to go through all of them, but I think that we really found the winner that really stood out. It's very exciting to see the vision and strategy that they had. So we're talking about the best small and medium business digital banking vision and strategy, and it goes to Arival. And so let's call up the co-founder and CFO of Arival, Igor Pessin, to join us.
This was an interesting award for us. Welcome, Igor, if you could put on your camera. Arival has big aspirations.
Hello.
How's it here? Hello. but it is a little bit earlier than a younger, less mature company than we're used to awarding companies. We just had Intuit, obviously, which is a massive company. Arival's just getting started. So Igor, can you share with us the vision that you have for Arival?
Sure, with pleasure. First of all, thanks for this award. Can you hear me well, by the way? All right. Yeah, so we are a small bank, young company. We started about 2 years ago, but we are in the fintech space for maybe like 8 years. So me with my partners, co-founders, we were running a fintech focused venture capital fund, so called Life3, and we invested into 24, 25 companies, as I remember, in the fintech space. So maybe you know some names like Fidor Bank from Germany, sure. Moven, Simple. So we were like early stage investors in all these companies. So we know fintech from almost beginning. And 3 years ago, our CEO, Slava, he wrote a book. So our vision and our strategy were first like just a book about future of fintech. And the book is about, it's called The First Fintech Bank Arival. So by fintech bank, we call the next generation of challenger banks or neobanks. So, and it's about not to create something that already exists on the market, but to create a platform where you can, through open APIs, connect different fintech products and provide it to users, to clients, to individuals, businesses. And that was concept that we just described in the book. A year later, we decided to create our own bank, which was like a spin-off from our venture capital fund. So the bank called Arival, which is like with one R. So it's like Arival and a rival. So, and it has several ideas behind. So first one is fintech bank platform. So it's open API platform where we connect fintech partners like QuickBooks, for example, Xero, payment providers, Stripe, Square, cross-border like TransferWise into one platform. So the user gets all of this bundle in one banking account, in one bank platform. This is first idea. Second is about customers, clients, SMB clients. We don't want to be locked within one geography, within one market. We serve clients international. For this, we have licenses in different regions in the United States here. I'm based in Florida. We applied for licenses in Asia, in Singapore, in Europe, in Lithuania. So that is why we built international licensing framework, which will allow us to serve clients from every part of the world. And today, if you ask some different SMBs, like what problems they face, usually they can't even open account in the new jurisdiction. And you know, the new businesses, the new generation of businesses, they are not operating in one market. They need services and banking services in different countries, different geographies. And here we go to our third, I would say, X factor, which is compliance. So basically, it's really hard. It's really difficult for banks to serve clients from new industries, from from different countries with new business models. There are many clients which are not normal for banks. These clients are normal, but banks look on them like abnormal. So we want to bring our banking services to such clients. For this, we built our compliance platform. We call it AID, which is KYC, KYB, transaction monitoring, AML, enhanced due diligence platform, all in one, which allows us to serve those clients which are not served by more traditional banks. So that is, in short, like our vision and strategy about our bank and actually how we see the future of the whole industry.
Amazing. And I think that impressed on our judges the vision that you had for what the future of financial services could be, particularly for SMBs, done in a modular way for abnormal clients, which is really going to be the majority of businesses over the future. So I know it's early in your company's life cycle, but we definitely thought you had the strongest application. So thank you and congratulations.
Thanks. And yes, we're trying our best, like to serve actually the industry, the fintech industry. We have many clients who are coming from the fintech space because many banks, they don't even serve as a bank other fintech companies. So we are also building infrastructure for companies like we are. So, and really appreciate that your attention came to our small young company, and this is really important for us.
I want to say something that we actually, if you look at who we serve, who are our markets, the people that we speak to and that speak to us, it's usually tier 1, tier 2 banks, established fintechs. We really, this is a very rare, unusual thing that we've done over here, to take a young company, but there's something magical about what you're doing. And we're usually good at betting on the right horse. So, if our track record is any indication, and it's a very good track record, I think you are on the way to going to really big places. And we're looking forward to seeing, where you go from here. So congratulations. And
Thank you.
And good luck. And I know that you already have good luck for winning. So look forward to seeing it really take off.
Bye, Igor.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, well, that was exciting to see, the next generation of challenger banks. It's abnormal and it's cool. So the next up is Stash for Best Banking Card Product.
Hey, Claudio, welcome.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, and can you introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah. So nice to meet you both. I'm Claudio. I lead the product team working on our banking offering at Stash, and this is so great. It's an honor to be recognized and rewarded for the work. So thank you.
Well, our judging panel is very fond of Stash, and especially of the stock-back card. Can you give us a little bit about the stock-back and some of its capabilities?
Yeah. So, we really want to make investing more approachable and easy for new investors to start. And we felt that our debit card could play a role in that to help bridge the gap between, spending and investing. So just to give a little context around how the stock-back card works, we reward our customers with stock every time they swipe their card. So for example, when a customer shops at Amazon or goes into a Walmart store and makes a purchase, they'll be rewarded with a fractional share of stock in those companies, respectively. And if they choose to shop local or at a small business instead, they get rewarded with an investment in an ETF of their choosing. And we really see the card as a catalyst for education and discovery around investing, and the data we've seen so far is showing that as well. So we've seen that when a customer's earned stock back, nearly 40% of them go on to make a follow-up investment in that newly earned stock. But it also, we like it because beyond that, it ensures customers are being rewarded for spend that they're already doing without having to turn, to a credit card to get those rewards.
Amazing. And I know you've publicized some of the volume of rewards that you've issued. Can you share? Do you have those numbers ready?
Yeah, so since we've launched the program, we've given out more than 15 million stock back rewards to our customers. And because it's actual stock, it has the potential to grow over time with the rest of their portfolio as well.
Amazing.
I really love this. We've been hearing time and time again throughout the past 2 days and in previous conferences as well, how most people are really, even people who on the face of it might be well-to-do, really have very little money put away, and this is how can you move your family out of that place of, putting out fires and into a place of financial security. So I think that what you're doing is really wonderful. It gives the people with the normal everyday business that they have to do in making purchases, you're automatically putting a nest egg away and helping people to lift themselves up from, maybe a place of, of need to a place of stability.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the point is, right, what's important is just to get started and get comfortable. It's not really about the amount. And I think that's the biggest hurdle that people have, and it doesn't matter if it's a couple pennies, if it's a fraction of a share, just getting started there, is the best way to learn and get comfortable and educate yourself around the importance of investing.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you, Claudio, for joining us at the Challengers Conference. And
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you guys.
Wonderful award.
Yeah, thank you. And you know, the team and everyone at Stash is going to be so excited when I share the news. So thanks again.
Awesome.
Great.
All right, partner. Getting through these awards. Honestly, I feel like a candy man, like I'm Santa Claus or something. I may look like Santa Claus too, but giving these awards for some of the best companies out there. I don't know, it just feels good. Just feels good.
For me too. It's such a great thing to see, like the culmination of all this work that so many companies have put together to, you know, really make things happen. And the next awardee, you know, I could say from a personal level, I use BIT. Now that kind of, you know, puts me geographically in a different side of the world. So I could say that, you know, I live in Israel, and Bank HaPoalim is not a name of a bank that most Americans have heard of yet, but they are making a name for themselves around the world, and they're really going internationally. I can say, you know, before we jump into, you know, Gilad's receiving this award and talking a little bit about BIT, which we would love to hear. As a consumer, you know, it's almost an everyday occurrence in Israel. When you're speaking to, you know, a vendor, I just purchased something from a printer, and I said, how can I pay you? She says, well, do you have BIT? And it's the kind of, you know, it's the future that, like, everything that we've been talking about through the past couple of days and the past couple of years is all about making that transaction easy. So with that, I'm going to hand it back to my partner, Zach, to speak with Gilad and find out more about BIT and Bank HaPoalim.
Hi, Gilad. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Very excited to be here.
So can you tell our audience a little bit? Aaron gave as a user, Aaron gave an intro to BIT. Can you talk about what it does and for who and what community it serves?
Yeah, sure. So probably the audience are very well aware of Venmo, right? So we're trying to do something very, very similar. You know, we're trying to simplify our customers' lives, basically, in, you know, everything they do with their payments and their needs of payments, whether it's, you know, your personal, you know, friends or family, or SMBs, or even enterprises. We started with the, you know, basic P2P type of payments. And then, you know, with the help of the network effect, we grew very, very rapidly. You know, we're just 3 years old, but now half of the population already, like Aaron said, are using BIT almost on a daily basis. So from there, we grew to, you know, additional use cases.
Are there plans to expand into more core banking capabilities, or is it the P2P like?
So I guess this is an interesting question that, you know, we're also, you know, dealing with it internally. Obviously, it's something that's, you know, on the horizon, and we're thinking about it. But we think that, you know, first you need to make sure you're very, you know, you're very steady and, you know, feel very comfortable on the ground within the payment space. There is so much to do in payments, you know. So we want to make sure we're doing okay over there first, and then we'll probably go into deeper space of banking.
And can I ask you a strategic question? Is there the intention to go international with BIT?
So what's interesting is, you know, we get a lot of asks actually from abroad. It's interesting. We got just last week from Latin America. They reach out and said, listen, guys, maybe we do something together. And there is something also with, you know, from other Asian markets. And so it's also interesting. We're currently focused on Israel based on Bank HaPoalim's strategy. But, you know, it's something where if there'll be something interesting, we might try to do that.
A lot of talk in the news lately about Israel and the United Arab Emirates and other Gulf countries, you know, making peace and having tourism. And I can imagine that, you know, at some point soon, we'll be seeing, you know, quite a few tourists from, you know, the Gulf region, and a lot of Israelis going to the Gulf. I also heard that there's been delegations of banks from Israel and from the Gulf going back and forth. Is there any thought of maybe expanding there, and the possibility of maybe having an application like BIT being used regionally? I know that you just said that you're focusing mostly on Israel, but is that, a possibility in the near future?
Yeah, it's something that we're looking at. Like you said, our CEO has visited over there 2 weeks ago or so in the very first delegation. So it's very early days, but it'll be very exciting to do something like that, obviously.
Well, congratulations on this great award, and it's nice to have you here, and for a brand that I use myself. I wasn't in the judging process, so I will not take any responsibility for you winning, but it's nice to have you here. So
thanks so much.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hello again.
Welcome back. It's been a long day.
It's been a good day.
And at the beginning of the day, you didn't know that Varo had won, so it's wonderful.
I did not.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We had a lot of strong entries here. We thought that Varo had the strongest application.
Thank you very much. We're very excited to receive this award. Thank you.
How do you, go ahead.
I just want to say, and we're all about innovation. We love innovation. And so, this is, an award that's like many of the awards, but this is an award that's close to our heart. So to be able to show, yourself as being the most innovative bank is a real accomplishment.
Well, it's what we pride ourselves on. And we really live for innovation. We're trying to find ways to ensure that what we're doing is really responding to what the customers want. And we can only do that by innovating. And we know that the legacy way of looking at things wasn't necessarily meeting the needs of 180 million Americans who are looking for something else, who are underserved by the banking sector. And so we're really trying to find ways to innovate with our technology stack to give them what it is that they really need and what they really want.
And I'm looking forward to, as we talked about, as you take over more of the technology stack and build it on your own, seeing some of that innovation come, to fruition, more of it. I think that's going to be an interesting journey to watch as well.
It's definitely watch this space. We've got exciting things happening in Q4 and Q1, which we can't wait to share with everybody. You'll see some branding innovation, you'll see some design innovation, and you'll see some product innovation. Now that we really are able to drive all of the vision ourselves, we're looking forward to leaning in and getting some exciting things out there.
Wonderful.
And
Congratulations.
we're looking forward to getting some of those scoops.
You will definitely get those scoops. We will let you know.
Not in reward for this award, totally disconnected,
No.
but we'd still like to have the scoops. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you. Bit longer hair since that photo, but
That was pre-COVID, huh?
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, congratulations. Can you let everyone know what MANTL does if they're not familiar?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I think this is super exciting for us, and it's a nice validation of our goals as a company. I was actually going to say it's cool that you even have an award for this, because I feel like we're a bit of an anomaly here. Like, certainly the challenger banks and the regional and the money center banks have done a great job with their digital experiences, and they've invested a lot of money in those. But there are also thousands of community banks in the U.S. who, despite serving the communities of millions of Americans, have in some way been left behind in terms of tech. So, I think it's really cool that you even have this as a category. And so MANTL, where we fit in, we provide modern online account opening software for community banks. And I think the punchline there is, with our consumer online account opening product, for example, customers can open up accounts on average in around 2.5 minutes. So, taking a step back for a second, I think community banks have generally been frustrated with technology providers that ultimately didn't provide products that impacted the bank like they expected. So, we tried really hard to make sure that we did help our customers with those goals and offer a real way for them to open up new accounts and raise deposits digitally. We have plenty of case studies on our website, on MANTL.com, showing how our customers have gone on to raise billions of dollars on the platform. And, I honestly think that community banks generally on MANTL have been truly transformed.
Amazing. Congratulations, Michael, and look forward to hearing more great things from MANTL.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Up next, MetaBank, Partner Bank of the Year.
Got Matt Whitney joining us from MetaBank.
Hey, guys.
He's here. Hi, Matt.
How you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for hosting this terrific inaugural event. The content and speakers have been really insightful. It's been invigorating to be a part of it.
Thank you.
We're honored to be recognized.
So tell us a little bit about the partner bank model and Meta itself.
Yeah, we're really excited to win this award. At Meta, we really focus on trying to enable many of the nation's leading challenger bank and payment concepts. We're really a payments bank at heart, and we do this through what we consider to be the Meta partnership model. And what that really means is providing strategic insights, operational expertise, and authentic collaboration with our partners. Try to help deliver, as much value as we can to them, to help make their financial service solutions and challenger bank concepts successful in the marketplace.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that really impressed our judging panel was the collaborative approach that you guys took. It has to work for both parties for this to really, really win,
Absolutely, absolutely. And through some of our experience and history in both prepaid payments, consumer banking, we've been able to really develop a model where we let our partners really deliver the unique, innovative user experiences, and we back them up and help save them valuable time and resources by collaborating on best practices, risk management approaches, maybe how product, strategies and innovation are going to come together between products down the road. So we've done this recently through relationship with MoneyLion and their new Roar Money deposit account. And that was really great. We were able to listen to MoneyLion's goals and empathize with their customer needs. They've got a really unique financial services ecosystem that they're offering for Americans. And what's really been also great about it as well is that byproduct of it is that when those kind of goals and meeting customer needs align, Meta is able to achieve as a byproduct, our corporate mission, which is around financial access and inclusion for all. So that's really great.
Amazing. Congratulations to you and to Meta.
Thanks.
So Cole is back. Is that what I'm hearing?
Hello there.
Welcome and congratulations.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to award Galileo and the Instant product, Best New Product for Tearsheet's inaugural Challenger Awards. Can you let the audience know what Instant is?
Absolutely. And first, just briefly, let me, extend my, my thank you to the two of you and the rest of the team at Tearsheet. We're absolutely thrilled to get this recognition and award. So thank you so much. And yeah, just to answer your question, like any great product, Instant, we're aiming to solve a need there in the market, right? So what we did is we created a really simple way for businesses, really virtually any business, to create debit cards and banking accounts, and improved on what's traditionally been kind of a pretty significant investment, both in terms of dollars and time, to develop those types of products. So yeah, that's a little bit about Instant.
I think that's what impressed our judges so much, was that process, which we know can take months and super complex and lots of touch points, like how you simplified that and accelerated that. I think we think that's a game changer. So
it's remarkable.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. And as you mentioned, what's historically taken months, our aim was to bring that time down to weeks, and we see room to improve that even further down to days, and at some point, hopefully, a near real-time solution for launching card programs and digital banking experiences. So we're really excited about it, and excited for this recognition, this award, and really, really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Cole, to you and the team at Galileo.
Thank you.
It was interesting. We had a bunch of different, campaigns come in, and each one has their own unique style. And in the beginning, I'm not a judge. I'm the commercial side of things. I leave the judging to the professionals. But I'm a consumer too. And so after it was all done and the judges chose, and I was looking at all these different campaigns. At first, I just passed by their campaign, and they have this very interesting campaign that kind of looks back at like old tech, right? And then it looks at like what's new, and it was like it got in my head, and that's I think the way a campaign should be. It's like that jingle that you can't forget. I just can't forget that woman like spraying the hairspray in her hair, with the 80s hairdo. And then, we come to a modern, banking application, and it's just, that was then, this is now. So how about you?
And you said that your kids preferred this one as well.
Yeah. So I was like, wait a minute, really? And I just showed all of these different campaigns to like my 13-year-old son, my 17-year-old daughter, my 10-year-old, and they looked through all, they kept on coming back to PNC. So it was like, it's interesting. And they don't even remember the 80s. There was like a beeper,
they weren't even born in the 80s.
Exactly. There was like a beeper kind of like falling off a table because it was, and that was then, and this is now. And they're like, they don't even know what that thing is, but it just was memorable.
It was. I also appreciated that campaign. We had some campaigns. What was really interesting on the digital campaign side was the targeting of different generations. And we saw some campaigns that targeted Gen Z, through TikTok, and some, that focus on older generations. And PNC just had this type of, I think you said it very well, the type of thing that touches sort of that emotion, gets inside your head and helps you connect with the brand. There was brand resonance there. So congratulations to PNC for winning the best digital campaign at the inaugural Challengers Awards.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your 2 days of nonstop, like you say, Challenger Palooza.
I like that. Maybe we'll call it that next year. But this was fantastic. We had some of the best challenger banks from around the world here on the inaugural Challengers Conference. We had this awards program. Thank you to the Tearsheet team that helped to pull all this together. Thank you for everyone who spent the past 2 days with us. I wish we could do this in person where, in the halls between speakers, we're shaking hands, we're eating those little sandwiches that are really yummy. But really like getting to know each other, because Tearsheet at the end of the day is a global community. I mean, we talk about getting to know each other and making deals and, and collaborating and it's more than just content. We really see this as a global community. So we look forward to the days when we can meet in person again, but in the interim, we're putting out great content. I mean, when we decided to double down on this event and really make this a reality, I think this was the best event I've ever attended that's focused on digital banking. And I'm not saying that with any hubris or any ego. We want to do this really well. And Aaron and I, during one of the breaks, got on the phone and said, here's what we're going to do for next year. Maybe we'll do 2 events a year, thematic, different. We can really tease out a lot of different interesting things here. I think what's interesting is that, we want to hear from you. Did this event work for you? We will be sending out a survey. We want to hear your feedback because at the end of the day, we're creating this to service you guys. That's what we do. And we want to be able to engender a really, really strong conversation, talk about the tough topics and build that community, as I said before.
Yeah, and some of the things that you spoke about, like, just to kind of, put those points out, like this is a work in progress. We're still trying to figure this out. I think everyone's trying to figure out, when we were so used to those in-person events, how do we translate that feeling online? And it's not easy. And I don't think you can fully do it. But some of the stuff I thought that we're doing well and we've heard feedback from, but we would, again, love to hear more feedback is, not going with the, the guy standing up there with the slideshow, but really having a fireside chat. Each and every one of these conversations is a conversation. Another thing that we did this time, there's two differences. The last couple of conferences, we had 45-minute sessions, and we had it over 3 days. We decided, hey, but it's hard to do 3 days in a row for a lot of people, for us too. So we thought, well, what would happen if we would have, a day, and then we'll have a break so people can get back to work and the things they need to do, and so that they are recharged to go to the second day. But how do we fit in as much content in those days? So we realized, well, you know what, maybe we should be more concise. And we had these 30-minute slots instead of 45 minutes. We fit the same amount of speakers in. We were trying to be a lot more targeted, like being mindful of your time. So, these are just some of the things that we played with. We would love to hear your feedback, though, and find out. One more thing I wanted to say before I handed it back to Zach to say goodbye and whatever ending things you wanted to say was, we appreciate you being here, and a lot of you are here, because you paid good money to be here, and so we hope we brought you value. A lot of the people that are here joined our Outlier program. An Outlier is a program where you get a daily newsletter of the most important information, and exclusive briefs and a lot of other things. And one of the things you get is free registration into every one of our online conferences. So that's what we've been doing this year. Next year, we'll continue offering a lot of incredible things for our Outlier members. So if you're not an Outlier member, you're missing out on a lot, I think. So, take a chance to go out to our website, or you can send an email to one of the people at Tearsheet if you've been in touch with us. Ask us how you could do it so that next time, you can get all this great content, as part of your membership. And we appreciate your membership.
Totally. And I'll echo that. We're really investing in that membership product. We want that to be, so chock full of value that's a no-brainer for you guys to join and to consume that. And I will say also, we're really grateful that you took time out of your busy schedules, during this crazy time to spend the past 2 days with us. And we hope we did good by you. We have our embedded conference coming up in November. That'll be up. It is up on the website. If you click on events, conferences, we will be providing more information about that over the days to come. That I think is going to be an incredible thing. So embedded finance is the spreading of finance beyond the four walls of a bank. It's moving into industries. It's moving into retail like Walmart. It's moving into tech brands like Apple. To us, it's one of the directions of the future of finance. And I think we did this event last year in November. We had a fantastic turnout. This will be the second year that we do that. So I definitely encourage you to sign up and register for the embedded conference. And with that, I'm out.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much for joining, and look forward to seeing you next conference.